In the previous episodes, we took our first look at this M1123, came up with a plan, started doing all the maintenance on it, changing out the gear oil and the hubs, inspecting the spindle nuts, and then we started stripping it down, getting it ready for paint and body work. And now in this episode, we're going to be working on fixing the damage on the hood. Hey guys, before we jump into this video, I'd like to talk about something just for a moment. So I've been checking out my YouTube channel analytics lately, and it actually shows me about 82% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. If you're not subscribed and you enjoy videos on these military trucks and want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. It would greatly help me in pursuing my goals and dreams on this channel. That's it. Thanks guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so taking a look at this, we got like some flappy stuff right here. Definitely need to support this from the back somehow. The hard part is actually going to be getting like this curve right here to be perfect. Alright, so coming around to the driver's side, this side's actually good. And since the other side is so destroyed, what I'm thinking of doing is making a mold of just this corner from like the inside of my fingers, just around this band right here. Because the other side should be exactly like this, but just flipped. So once I make this, flip it around, put it on that side, then we could build off that so we at least have the general shape perfect. So what I'm thinking is probably cut from about here. Like that. I'm going to cut this piece off, just remove that. And then all of this, we're going to have to grind into a little bit and just, fill it in, but it shouldn't be too bad. This is, right here is pretty much what we're just going to have to cut because it's going to be too much to try and bond everything back to this. So we're just going to make a nice cut there. Get rid of this. Probably something like that. So what I'm doing right here is I'm using a little bit of metal mesh wire or like chicken wire mesh just as like the backer for the fiberglass that I'm going to be laying down. It'll add a little bit of structure and some rigidity to the fiberglass and allow it to kind of hold its shape a little bit as I'm forming it. There's probably a better way of doing this, but what I'm doing right here is laying down a sheet of wax paper on the body panel that I'm going to be replicating. I don't want any of the fiberglass sticking to this and creating more work, having to sand this all down. So I'm using this kind of like a protective material. So for repairs like this, I use biaxial fiberglass cloth. Now, the biaxial fiberglass is going to be a lot stronger than your more common fiberglass mats that are woven type fiberglass. What this is there's two layers of fiberglass fibers that are laying at a 45-degree angle to each other. And when you apply the resin to the fiberglass, it'll have a superior fiber to resin ratio compared to the conventional cloth. And this will be more useful for reinforcing certain areas, and it should have increased stiffness compared to the more conventional type fiberglass mats. So I'm just pre-wetting all the fiberglass strips that I cut, and then I'm going to lay them right on that little metal mesh that I put there. And again, since this is such a small little spot, I use the metal mesh kind of as like a little backing material to, one, hold its shape a little bit better, and two, give it a little bit more structure and rigidity, especially when I am trying to stick it onto the other side. And I'm just laying a couple layers of the fiberglass on there. I believe like 3 or 4 layers maybe. A couple hours later, it was all dry, so I decided to go ahead and rip it off and see if I could get it to fit properly on the other side. Definitely going to have to do a little bit of trimming on the edges. Now I'm putting this on the back side of the fiberglass repair. I kind of want this to be like the back structure. This is where I'm going to lay everything else on top of, and then when I'm done, it'll all be completely flush. Whereas if I put it on the front, it's going to be sticking out. You don't want that. And so now I'm just going to be trimming everything up, kind of giving myself a nice clean workspace, nice clean area to work off of. Now I know it looks like I'm doing a little bit more damage on these cracks that I'm grinding out, but you kind of have to do this. So with the cracks, I'm going to be filling them either with some kind of Bondo, or I like to use this fiberglass body filler. It has little fiberglass particles in it, so it makes it a lot stronger. And what you want is you want as much surface area around this crack as possible for that to stick. So you definitely have to grind out a little bit out of there. You have to get to a little bit like fresh material, and pretty much just making surface area for whatever I stick in there to grab onto. I'm just clamping down that little strip that we made just so I could kind of eyeball it and make sure that everything's all straight, and I cut enough out of it. Now I'm making the next part. I wanted to make a flat piece of fiberglass that just goes in behind the gaping hole in the side of the hood. It's just going to be the backer material for what I'm going to end up laying everything else on top of. And I'm not using the metal mesh on this one, but everything else is the same process. I'm just doing this to ensure that my little strip that I made sticks in behind here perfectly. And so I'm going to put a little bit of resin, a little tiny square of fiberglass. I'm not sure if I needed that or not, but it worked. And then I'm going to clamp it all down and let it dry. Now that this other piece is all dry, I'm going to take it off, and we're going to have to do a little bit of trimming on that too. So it's pretty much going to go inside of this hole. So I'm going to have to cut a little bit just past that little corner, because I want it to fit in there and kind of form the corner edge of that hood. Alright, so it's all cut down. I'm going to go ahead and slide it up there. As you can see, it's kind of forming to the structure and following the curvature of that hood right there, especially in that corner. We're back with the chicken wire mesh. I'm just cutting this a little bit into little tiny rectangles so that I could slide it in between the two strips that I made and fill in the gap, and then I could build on top of that. Just using a temporary dab of super glue to hold it all down until I could start laying some fiberglass mat on there. Now it's the next day, everything's all dry. I'm going to go ahead and scuff up the back of this fiberglass, and I'm going to start laying down some more of this fiberglass mat on the back side so I can kind of sandwich everything together and just form the internal structure of all this. Now everything is all dried, I'm going to go ahead and just start grinding some of it down, shaping it a little bit, and starting to look pretty good. Now that the fiberglass work is pretty much done, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Bondo. So right here I just mixed up some fiberglass Bondo. It's just Bondo with little fiberglass fibers in it. Has a little bit more rigidity, also can flex without cracking too. So using this at first, just going to start laying it on there, really trying to fill in all the cracks and also shape this corner a little bit. I know that the bottom strip that I put in there is a little bit droopy. It not really droopy, but it looks like it's angled down a little bit, but that's just because the bottom of it is a little bit thicker. Definitely need to shape that a little bit, so laying down some of this Bondo on there will allow me to sand into it, and also I need to grind the bottom a little bit too. A ton of sanding went into this, like way too much sanding. So I start off with the orbital sander, and now I'm going over to hand sanding just to get all the little cracks and crevices, little finer parts. And this fiberglass Bondo, when you sand it, it does leave a lot of little imperfections. So after this, I'm going ahead and I'm going to use regular Bondo, regular body filler, and I'm going to fill in all those imperfections. So I think in total I did either 2 or 3 layers of that fiberglass Bondo, just filling it in, sanding it down, filling it in, sanding it down. And then I did 1 or 2 layers of the regular body filler after that, just trying to make it as smooth as possible. Again, I'm no expert at this, so I'm sure I'm not doing it completely right. I could be probably laying way too much down and having a ton of sanding on my hands. It's likely what's happening, but And then after all that, after the regular body filler, I went ahead and used this stuff called glazing putty. And what that does is it just fills in all the micro scratches, all like the scratches from like the 80 grit sandpaper and everything else. After sanding all that down, I wanted to put down a layer of high fill primer just to kind of see where all the imperfections are, see where I had to improve on. And after I sprayed that, I ended up sanding a little bit of it off and using a little bit more of the glazing putty just to fix any imperfections. And now this is some of the stuff you guys will be seeing in some of the future episodes on this truck. Went ahead and sprayed a base layer of black, then I did black Raptor liner on top of that, installed the Black Dog Customs fiberglass hardtop, and West Kentucky Surplus X-Doors. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this video helped you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.